How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of FSI's NFL DFS Preview Show. I'm your host, TK Nation 47, bringing you guys a Sunday night showdown edition of the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. As a known Browns fan, I have a lot of insight here into the squad about how they are setting up for this matchup versus the Baltimore Ravens on the road in Sunday night. Last year, we saw this game shoot out, one of the best games of the year last year. I think it was a 50 something to 40 something kind of game. Lamar Jackson had a bunch of yards and just it was an incredible game. I remember it fondly. It was a really good game. We ended up losing. Lamar had to go to the bathroom, as we all remember, that fun little meme moment for him. But yeah, all right, that was last year. This is this year. The Browns kind of reeling, but they seem to be getting a little bit healthier. We do have Chubb and Hunt back here on the slate for the Browns for the first time, and it seems like 6 weeks. The Ravens are going to get Marquise Brown, and I believe Peoples-Jones will be playing as well, expected to play on Sunday night. So we have some guys ready to go. Yeah, it should be a great game. Let's get into it. For the showdown format, Lamar Jackson is always the strongest target to be your showdown captain. As you can see, Lamar Jackson does not disappoint when it comes to the game logs. 16, 35, 23, 13 would probably be the floor, but that was a blowout. Didn't really need much of him in that matchup versus the Chargers. I kind of just took it to him, but 45 versus Indy and a come behind victory on Monday night I believe 5 weeks ago. So Lamar Jackson can really dominate a slate and put himself as the solo captain at any format. And I think that's probably the viable format here. And then you can mix and match some of the Browns players you think can score or be the higher scorers. But really, I think it's Lamar Jackson, Marquise Brown, and Andrews, one or the other, if not all three in this matchup. The Browns defense, although has looked good statistically at times, they have had this real issue on third downs. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens really good on third downs. I think they're going to have plenty of points and plenty of yardage today in this matchup. If you do go Lamar captain, you got an average remaining of 6.5. So you're going to have to maybe pick one of your favorite Ravens or both, and then you're going to have to really find your value here down here with the Browns. We do have Anthony Schwartz out for this matchup, so I think that can give you the opportunity to go with a Jamarcus Bradley, who got some time last week without Peoples-Jones, but I think with Peoples-Jones back on the field, I think he makes for a really strong play. He isn't going to garnish Marlon Humphrey. That will be the matchup for Jarvis Landry. I don't really like Jarvis Landry in this matchup. He hasn't looked right with that knee injury this year. He's not really making much sharp movements in his cuts. He's not getting open as often, and now he's going to get a really tough matchup with Humphrey. So I like the outside receivers, Peoples-Jones, maybe Rashard Higgins or Bradley in this matchup if I'm attacking the Baltimore Ravens through the air. Njoku has been the better tight end, but we have seen Hooper get a lot of targets lately. In the last 2 games, he's gotten over 13 targets, 7 in the last matchup. He had 4 catches versus the Lions, and then he scored that touchdown versus the Patriots 2 weeks ago where he had 5 targets, caught 4 balls again. So it looks like Hooper could be a decent play. Njoku probably has the higher upside, but I think the offense is starting to get Hooper involved a lot more. So I think I would favor, the value of Hooper and Peoples-Jones over Njoku and maybe Higgins. I think kickers are always viable in a matchup like this. There could be touchdowns, but I think this is going to be a tougher game. I believe the weather is going to be a big factor in this one. So maybe, leaning on a good kicker like Jason Tucker would probably be the better option here. It looks like it's going to be windy, but no snow, so that's good. About 40 degrees in Baltimore. So I like Tucker and McLaughlin. They're okay. Latavius Murray came back, but it looks like Devontae Freeman was still the better productive back. Latavius, he's had some good weeks. Last week he did have 10 carries. Let's see what Freeman, I believe, has been the better back. 16 carries for Chicago, scored the touchdown. He's been the better back out of the backfield too. So Devontae, I think, is a really strong play here. 6,800 is really cheap. I think he makes a difference. Browns do have really good cornerbacks. That's what they're known for. Denzel Ward's been playing really well. I believe we have Newsome back today. So I think Bateman and Brown can see some decent corners. So I like Andrews and Freeman to go along with my Lamar Jackson captain. I have no faith in Baker Mayfield. He has just been really awful this year, and now he's getting a on the road matchup. I mean, sure, if you believe in the thought that the number one pick can play as good as he can, sure. As a fan, it's been brutal. He's really banged up. He hasn't been able to complete throws accurately. So I think if the Browns run the ball, that's going to be the best way to win. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I think Kareem Hunt does add a different element to the passing game, but honestly, it's going to have to be another 150 yards from Nick Chubb and 2 touchdowns for us to win this game. So in showdown lineups that feature a Browns win, it's going to be a captain of Nick Chubb, because that's the only way I can see us pulling it off. And you're still going to want Lamar Jackson bringing it back too. So your average remaining salary is 52. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. We can talk punts here. Harrison Bryant does get some looks from time to time. Demetric Felton has a role in this offense regardless of what running backs are back. I think that is gone. I would say he's going to maybe have like 10 snaps. Is the upside there? I don't think so, but I think he can have like maybe a 4 to 5 point floor. I'd rather take a shot on this Jamarcus Bradley. He seemed to get some time. Maybe Higgins, who has been really out of flavor with this offense. It's really slim down here. I don't really see much I like. Duvernay, I think he'd be a decent option at 4,800. That's probably the better value for Baltimore on this slate outside of Jason Tucker. So I would go with him. All right, guys, that'll probably wrap things up. I really think as a Browns fan, this is going to be a Baltimore win. Unfortunately, I have to say that I think Baltimore will win. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and Devonta Freeman probably be at the forefront of that, as the home favorites are probably likely to win. Okay. All right, guys, that'll wrap things up for this week. If you want to, stay tuned for a Monday night matchup coming out tomorrow. Please like this video, comment below with any questions, comments, concerns, and then we have our Discord chat. You can find that on our website, fsidfs.com. You can find that on our Twitter handle at FSI_DFS. Okay, guys, thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening and best of luck in your contests.